Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, my name is Blackie B, and on today's video, we're going to be doing a detailed highlight and contour, how to blend your makeup like a professional. The first thing I always do for all my videos is to properly clean my skin. I mean, a good makeup starts with a good skin. So I'll just clean my makeup. I said makeup. My skin with micellar water and wipes. Never apply makeup on a dirty skin. You might feel like, oh, I just had my bath, my skin is neat or whatever. But babes, why does your towel get dirty even after you've taken your bath? So that's why you need to clean your face. There's some oils, some dirt, and all that can be on your face without you knowing. And then the next thing after that is using my rose water. This has hyaluronic acid in it, so I like to use it for myself, for my clients, everybody. And if you don't know, I'm a professional makeup artist. So yeah, I do makeup professionally for brides, for any occasion. And also, I teach people on how to do makeup on themselves. I just like to press this into my skin. So in today's video, we are going to be trying out some new products. So we're going to be trying out this Embryolisse, the Elf. This is very popular, the most talked about primer. This Elf Hydro Grip Power Grip, and Melanie Make It Last. They said this is a dupe for, what's the name of that spray? I can't remember the name, but I'll just put like a video, like a picture of it on the screen so you can see. This is super hyped. I've heard a lot of good thing about this, so I'm so excited to do that. But first, I'm going to moisturize my face with this Embryolisse. This is not a new product to me, to be very honest, but just give it a break. Shall be using this much on my skin, and especially under my eye. So I'm just going to give this few seconds to dry down into my skin before I go into the next thing. So the next thing we're going to use is this Elf Power Grip Primer. I'm going to use my beauty sponge. This is from DD Beauty. To apply it. I saw this trick from Laifa, I guess, to use beauty blender, yeah, to apply it. So I'm just going to put it everywhere on my face except my under eye. This is a hydrating primer. It's not a mattifying primer. It just give your foundation like a good base for product to grip onto it. That's why it's called Power Grip. And it's a good dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. So yeah, this is my first time using it. We are trying it together. I really want to know if beauty blender, beauty sponge are the good distance to use with it, or just your hand or brush, because I like using brushes for my skincare product. I feel like beauty blender just soak off the product. Okay, it's a bit sticky, but I don't think it's as sticky as. Let me just let it dry down a little bit before I can say anything. Okay, so after I let it dry down a little bit, I can notice that my cheek is definitely burnt. Just like as you can see, like of course it is sticky. It's a bit sticky. Then we move to foundation. And what I'm going to be using is the mixture of this V Beauty foundation and L'Oreal L'Oreal True Match foundation in C11. This is too dark for me and this is a bit light for me, so I'm just going to mix both together. So this is a light foundation and this is the darker one. So I've just used a little bit of foundation. Guys, I just feel like for beginners, you have to start little and then you blend upward. When you use this little amount and then you feel like, oh, I don't think there's anything on my face, then you can add more to it. But with this, I think I'll be enough. It will be enough because I'm still going to highlight, I'm still going to contour, and I don't like a lot of products on my face. So I'm going to use just this. And I have a little bit on my beauty sponge as well. Just going to eat it a little bit here and then I'll start blending it out. You will notice that I'm just blending at the middle of my face and I'm not taking it to the center of my face. Just by my mouth, by the side of my mouth, then taking it out to like round the face using less product and less what's it called, pressure on the sponge. Please, I think people doesn't know that makeup is actually self-care. So when you're doing it, it's not for you to not be aggressive and then start eating your face. Please, no, no, softly, like a soft girl. Yeah, just a little bit. Don't start blending with all the power you have. Yes, blend well. Yes. Guys, can you see that this covers all my face, just using the remaining product on my nose because I want really less product on that place. Okay, don't forget your chin. This is perfect. And then the placement for the contour, so that's where I'm just touching like your cheekbone. If you touch, you can like feel your cheekbone, then you just put it like underneath your cheekbone, or you can actually use your ear to like measure it from the top of your ear then come down a bit, or you sucking as you see me do in the video, just sucking your lips and then you will see where you're supposed to put it. And then actually don't put it underneath, I put it on it, like almost under on it, and then I take it up to the temples, to my forehead, and then leave a little bit of space for me to blend it into my hairline. Like I'm not placing that contour like directly on my hairline or my forehead, and then this other side too. As if you can almost even know where my cheekbone is. So I'm just putting it there, then placing it on my forehead. Then I'm going to start blending from the underneath my cheekbone upward. Then you can see I'm using another side of the beauty blender. That's the bottom I use for the foundation. So I'm using this side now to blend out the contour, starting from the cheeks upward to the temple, and then I blend it to my brows, like the tip I blend it into my brows, and then also blend it into my hairline. So everything just like marinate into each other. As you can see, I want the center of my face to be highlighted. So I'm going to like blend from the my cheek. Actually trying to like blend out any harsh lines there, so we don't see like this is where it stops and this is where it starts. As you can see, that's what I'm just saying, trying to like show you the sides of my face, how it looks like blended. And then my forehead, I'm going to try to like blend it into the airline, also downwards almost to the place I'll put my concealer. And then sides of my chin as well. And I'm going to go into the foundation side to also blend that place out, because we don't need that place to be ash, just a little bit of contour there. So blend it out nicely. And then next, I'm going to use my concealer. This is a super stay, this Maybelline super stay, I think the 48-hour wear concealer. So I'm going to just use that under my eye, the bridge of my nose, at the center of my forehead and my chin, also my cupid's bow. I don't know what I'm saying here, but yeah, that concealer is actually a really good concealer. Plus, it is full coverage. So I'm going to use that, and also I'm going to be using the second concealer. This is the Kevin Klein concealer, and I'm going to be placing that. As you can see, that's a bit darker than the first super stay concealer I used. So I'm going to be using this at the outer corner of my eye. Going to be placing that there. Yeah, so it's almost like blending out from the light concealer to the darker concealer, something like that. And my forehead as well as my chin, my nose, and then side of my ridge of my nose, and also side of my nose. Cause yeah, that concealer. I still use a tiny bit of product, to be very honest, because all this concealer is still not much, but it is enough, because this is just the first step of concealer. I'm still going to do another one to like brighten my face. This is just to conceal my, it also brighten, of course it is lighter than my skin, but it is mostly to like conceal any dark spots, conceal everywhere, like all these under eye bags and whatnot. I'm still going to add a little bit of concealer at the side of my mouth, because I just like how my mouth looks when that side is not dark. It just, yeah, it photographs where it looks better when that place is not dark, because I tend to, the side of my mouth tends to be darker a little bit. So I like putting a little, just a little. Can you see that the concealer there is just a little bit? Yep. Put a little bit of concealer there. Then I blend it out nicely. And also blending out the darker concealer. And I'll be using it to like lift up my face a little bit, to like give myself a little bit of lifting. As you can see how I'm just like following the corner of my eye outward. Yeah, something like that. That's how you just lift your face, so it looks like you have this facelift. Yeah, kinda. So that's how I do it. I leave the under eye concealer, like that's what I blend out lastly. So I'm just going to blend everywhere else except the under eye. That's where I blend out lastly. So I'm just going to blend out my forehead now. And guys, I actually go in between the sponges, like go back into the place I use for my foundation to like blend it out more, I don't think I even showed all those places. I go back to the place I used for contour to blend if I feel like it's a bit like, you know, the pigment there is going. I go back into that sponge, not to use another product, just the side of the sponge to like blend it out. And then now I'm blending out my under eye highlight. That will have gained a little bit of coverage, and it won't really move much because the concealer will have dried down a bit and be tacky. So, and also guys, it won't be difficult to blend. It will be really easy to blend. It's just that it's not running. Yeah, that's and that concealer is not even the type to run. The next thing I'm going to do is to contour the sides of my nose, and then I'm going to start contouring from the top of my brows. And I'm just explaining the type of brush you use for contour, and angled brush. So it's just easy. Once you just slant your brush a little bit and place it there, you would see the how it's supposed to go. So I said the placement for the nose contour start from the front of your eyebrows, like where your brows start, just from that place. Measure it downwards, following your nose. Of course, it's not straight, is a bit slanted, like 45. No, it's not up to 45, like 15 degrees angle. Yeah, almost something like that. It's not like really straight, it's a bit slanted. Then what I'm doing is just really blending that place, like the top of the brows. That's where I'm going to blend. And I'm taking whatever it is that is on the brush down the bridge of my nose. Like I'm not adding any other product. Just the products I've already added from the beginning. And even if I feel like there's a lot of product on the brush, I'll clean it up a little bit to be able to like really use that brush to blend out all the products. As you can see, I'm taking it down the bridge of the nose. Then I like, yeah, that place. I like blending. I like using a little of contour there. Also blush. So I also place my blush there. Then next thing I'm using is the second concealer I told you guys I'm going to use. This concealer is just like brightening, and it's just for the center of my face, and I'm only using that under eye, like underneath my eye. I'm not putting it at the my forehead, the rest of the place I highlighted. And I'm using this lip gloss from So Pro Cosmetics to do my blush today. Guys, I like these colors. I just thought, okay, why not use this as a blush? Why not use it as a blush? I just really prayed that this cream um lipstick is as pigmented or as just a little bit as deep as I thought it was. And guys, I was a bit disappointed, but it actually do work out best in the end. So the placement for your blush is between your contour and your highlight, in the middle of your contour and your highlight, which means you're placing it directly on your cheekbone. Directly on your cheekbone, guys. That is where you're going to place your blush, between your contour and your highlight, directly on your cheekbone. That's where you're going to place your blush. And also you would blend it into the contour and also blend it into the highlights, because it is in between, so you don't have choice than to blend it into those two. So I'm just going to build the color of the blush until I'm like satisfied. And please don't put a lot. Make sure you build the color you want, but please don't put too much of contour, of blush rather, on your face. Then after that, I'm going to, okay, yeah, I said I like putting blush on my nose, so I'm just going to put that on my nose. And also I'm going to like blend out
the concealer now. I also like blending out concealer after I put my what's it called? I can't speak. My blush on. So yes. Also, I'm just going to take a little bit from that concealer and use it to take it outward a little bit, and also use it to to clean up that lifting I did earlier to make it look so nice. So I'm going to do the same thing in the second place. And as you can see, guys, if you notice, there's a little bit of concealer still left underneath my eye, like that inner place. There's still a bit of concealer left there. I'm going to blend that out when I want to set it. I set my highlighted place like one layer of powder at a time on my sponge. That is how I set it. So I'm just trying to like blend it out properly. That, like, we don't want harsh lines. We want that place to be sharp, but at the same time, no to harsh lines. So we're going to just blend
So
that
before I
right
blend
properly.
out
Yeah,
my concealer, I like to prep now the setting powder I'm going to use.
so I'm just blending it out, and I'm going to set it immediately, one eye at a time. Once I blend this out, I'm going to put powder on it immediately, and I'm going to like blend the second eye properly, and then set it again with the amount of powder that I blended. Yes, this is enough. Like, I set all the cream products underneath my eye, so that's it. I wasn't talking yet because I had to work really
The
fast,
reason why
like
I have
blending
to,
and then setting it immediately
when I
so
wasn't
that
really talking,
I
is
don't
because
have
I have to be
anything
really
place under my eye,
before I blend that
because
out. So I'm just going to set
I
it
have a lot of
immediately.
lines there. So I have to just blend
Then
and
I'm
then
going to set the rest of the place I put concealer. And you can see that I do not use a lot of powder at once. Setting requires a bit of powder if you're not going to lie, but don't just use like a bunch at once if you're not trying to bake. That's the word. I focus this powder, this place, like the place I use my foundation mostly. I'm just taking like what is left on it to my contour and over my blush like a little bit. The setting powder already sets my blush. Then my forehead, a little bit on the forehead because I'm still going to contour my forehead and less is more. So I've set my nose contour. So what I'm going to do is start from, just follow what you did when you did cream contour. That's it. That's why you have to do cream contour so that your powder contour can be way easier. I mean, your life will be so easy when you want to do the powder contour because you already have a blueprint. You're just following what you did when you did it wet. That's that. Just follow what you did when you did it. When you're using the cream products. So I'm just going to, clean up a little bit from my brush because that's a bit of product. Then you just blend it. That's why I said go in with a little bit and then you blend. So you don't go with a lot and then you start struggling. And that's there for my contour, then we'll go here again for the contour. So what I want is for this face to be a little bit bright, so it just lift my face. As you can see, I'm not taking the contour like this, just taking the contour like this, stop here, and then start from here again to my hairline, to the front of my head, my forehead. And also the side of my chin, don't forget that. If you want to do this face, you can also do that well. You know, I rarely do that. Then I'm going to use this. This looks like, what is the, this looks like, yes, it looks a bit deeper than this cream, but I think I'm going to use it. I like the shade for dark skin. It's like a burnt orange. So just remember where you apply it, at the middle of the highlights and the contour on your cheek bone, like exactly on it. So you're just going to apply it there and then blend it into your contour, and also don't let ash line, don't let it form any ash line. Then powder to bake my face. Then to bake, I like to cover out my nose. So I'm just going to finish the rest of my face and I'll be back. Now I've done every other thing but my lips, that's the last thing I'm going to do. And I'm starting with a black liner to line out my lips. Just going to line it with, I think that's the Mabrook or the Mabrook line black pencil, or the Mirac black pencil, either one. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to blend it out with a brush. Yeah, just add a little bit where I feel it is needed, and after that I'm going to blend it some more. Just blending, and I'm going to use my brown pencil to blend it into the black, and also to like extend it out like lipsticks. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm just using like the brown pencil over the black. That's basically what I'm doing, and extending it out. Then I'm going to use my lipstick. This is the same lipstick I use for the blush. I'm going to use it for my lips and also blend that out properly. After blending it out, I'm using a lighter nude shade for the center of my lip and also blend that out. And then I'm going to just be using gloss over them. I'm using a brown gloss on the brown and black pencil, and then a clear gloss on at the middle. Then blend everything out properly. That's my lip combo, and I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I really like this lip. This was a look I did for the Valentine, and I hope it is helpful. And yeah, we're going to see in our next video. Bye. So I'm just using my liner to do some beauty marks on my face at random places. Yeah, serious face, because
because I don't. And that's the last thing I'm going to be using, this Milani Make It Last setting spray. And that's it for this video, guys. Bye.